When it comes to naval power, most people immediately think of the U.S. Navy. With its impressive fleet of aircraft carriers, destroyers, submarines, and high-tech weaponry, the United States has long been considered the dominant naval force on the planet. However, recent developments have led to a shift in the global naval power landscape. So, is the U.S. Navy truly the strongest in the world? Let's dive into the facts, and you might be surprised by the answer. Number 1. The U.S. Navy. Undeniably large, but is it the strongest? The U.S. Navy is unmatched in terms of aircraft carrier capacity, with 11 nuclear-powered supercarriers at the core of its global dominance. These massive vessels enable the Navy to project power across the globe, launching air operations from practically any ocean. Their size and technology allow them to carry more aircraft and execute more sorties per day compared to other nations' carriers. The Nimitz-class and the newer Gerald R. Ford-class carriers, weighing around 100,000 tons each, are unparalleled in terms of operational range and endurance. The nuclear propulsion of these carriers grants them significant endurance advantages, although the vessels still require surface escorts and regular resupply. Apart from its carriers, the U.S. Navy has a large fleet of 92 destroyers, vessels that provide critical air defense and missile defense capabilities for carrier groups and other missions. These ships are armed with the Aegis combat system, making them highly effective at intercepting enemy missiles, including ballistic threats. The Navy also operates 68 submarines, many of which are nuclear-powered, allowing them to stay submerged for extended periods and conduct covert surveillance or strategic missile deterrence. The key strength of the U.S. Navy isn't just in its ship numbers, but also in its ability to coordinate complex, multi-domain operations globally. However, critics point out that despite its scale, the U.S. Navy's size alone may not be enough to counter the new challenges posed by other nations, particularly China and Russia, which are developing advanced missile systems specifically designed to threaten U.S. carriers. For instance, China's growing anti-ship ballistic missile (ASBM) capability could target U.S. carrier groups from a significant distance, challenging their operational effectiveness in contested waters. Furthermore, the U.S. Navy's global commitments place strain on its fleet's readiness. With ships deployed across multiple theaters simultaneously, from the South China Sea to the Mediterranean, maintenance cycles and personnel fatigue become significant concerns. Congress has pushed for fleet expansion, aiming for 355 ships by 2025, but without increased investment in maintenance and personnel, there are fears that the fleet might be overstretched, reducing overall combat readiness. While the U.S. Navy remains technologically superior, especially in terms of unmanned systems and cyber capabilities, other nations are closing the gap, particularly in missile technology, regional influence, and submarine capabilities. The rise of autonomous vessels and AI-driven warfare systems could be pivotal in maintaining the U.S. Navy's lead in the future. Number 2. The rise of the Chinese Navy, Plan. China's People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent years, evolving into a powerful and technologically advanced force. As of 2024, the PLAN has grown to over 355 ships, making it the largest navy globally by number of vessels. This rapid growth reflects China's broader ambitions to assert itself as a major maritime power, with a particular focus on securing regional dominance in the South China Sea and expanding its influence into the Pacific and Indian Oceans. One of the defining characteristics of the plan's rise is its significant investment in aircraft carriers. China currently operates 3 carriers, the Liaoning, Shandong, and the new Fujian, with additional carriers under construction. These vessels, while still trailing behind the U.S. in operational experience and technology, symbolize China's strategic intent to project power far beyond its shores. The Fujian, in particular, is the most advanced, featuring electromagnetic aircraft launch systems, EMALS, which bring it closer to the U.S. standard. China's emphasis on anti-ship missile technology is another key element of its naval strategy. The development of DF-21D and DF-26 carrier-killer missiles is designed to counter U.S. carrier strike groups, challenging the U.S. Navy's ability to operate freely in the Western Pacific. These missiles have long-range capabilities and are designed to target large vessels, making them a significant threat to U.S. and allied naval operations. China's fleet of 41 destroyers and 73 submarines, which include both nuclear and diesel-electric types, enhances its ability to control vital sea lanes and project power. The plan has focused on underwater warfare, recognizing the importance of submarines for intelligence gathering, deterrence, and anti-ship operations. Some of China's new submarines are believed to be equipped with JL-3 ballistic missiles, which extend China's nuclear strike capabilities at sea. Another critical aspect of China's naval strategy is its focus on the South China Sea, where it has built several artificial islands equipped with military bases. These islands serve as forward operating bases for China's Navy and Air Force, giving it a stronger presence in disputed waters. The strategic positioning allows China to enforce territorial claims, control shipping routes, and deny access to rival navies. The plan is also investing heavily in unmanned naval systems and artificial intelligence for maritime warfare. The integration of naval drones, both surface and underwater, into its operations could revolutionize how China conducts surveillance, reconnaissance, and potentially even combat. AI and autonomous systems are seen as force multipliers, enabling China to maintain constant surveillance and respond quickly to threats without putting sailors at risk. China's naval expansion is not just about quantity, but also about achieving qualitative parity with the world's leading navies. By focusing on cutting-edge technologies and enhancing its operational capabilities, the plan is positioning itself to challenge the U.S. Navy's long-standing dominance in the region. Number 3. Russia's naval strategy, focused and deadly. Russia's naval strategy is highly specialized, with a strong focus on nuclear deterrence and Arctic dominance. Unlike larger navies that emphasize global presence, Russia tailors its naval power to safeguard its strategic interests, particularly its nuclear capabilities and control over vital northern sea routes. One of the most defining features of the Russian Navy is its impressive fleet of nuclear-powered submarines, which include ballistic missile submarines, SSBNs, and nuclear attack submarines, SSNs. These submarines form the backbone of Russia's nuclear triad, enabling a second strike capability that is vital for deterrence. The Borei-class SSBNs, for instance, are equipped with Bulava intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, providing an extensive nuclear reach. The Yasen-class attack submarines, which are capable of launching cruise missiles, further enhance Russia's underwater strike capabilities. In terms of surface vessels, Russia has a relatively modest number of destroyers, with just 15 active in 2024. However, these ships are heavily armed and highly capable. Russia's sole aircraft carrier, the Admiral Kuznetsov, while often criticized for its outdated technology and frequent maintenance issues, remains a symbol of Russia's blue water aspirations. The carrier has been involved in key operations, including missions in Syria, but lacks the operational tempo and reach of U.S. or Chinese carriers. A critical area where Russia holds a distinct advantage is in the Arctic. With global warming leading to the melting of polar ice, new shipping lanes are opening in the Northern Sea Route, NSR, and Russia is positioning itself as the dominant power in this region. The Russian Navy operates the largest fleet of nuclear-powered icebreakers in the world, which are essential for maintaining control over these icy waters. These icebreakers allow Russia to maintain a year-round naval presence in the Arctic, enabling resource extraction and military operations even in extreme conditions. In addition to its Arctic strategy, Russia has invested heavily in advanced missile technology. The development of the Zircon hypersonic missile is a game-changer, as it can be launched from both ships and submarines and is capable of reaching speeds of up to Mach 9, making it nearly impossible to intercept with current defense systems. This gives Russia a formidable edge in anti-ship warfare, as the Zircon can target enemy vessels, including aircraft carriers, at long distances with devastating precision. While Russia's Navy may lack the global presence of its American or Chinese counterparts, its focus on nuclear deterrence and regional superiority in the Arctic makes it a potent force. The combination of nuclear submarines, hypersonic missiles, and icebreakers positions Russia as a significant naval power, especially in regions where it has direct strategic interests. Number 4. Technological advancements. The new frontier in naval warfare. Naval warfare is shifting from traditional ship-based dominance toward an era where technology takes precedence. Key developments in unmanned systems, hypersonic weapons, and cyber warfare are defining the future of naval strength, reshaping the way conflicts at sea are managed and won. One of the most revolutionary changes is the integration of autonomous drones and artificial intelligence (AI) into naval fleets. Both surface and underwater drones, also known as unmanned surface vessels (USVs) and unmanned underwater vehicles (UUVs), are becoming essential. These systems can perform high-risk missions such as minesweeping, surveillance, and even offensive operations without putting human crews in danger. For example, China is heavily investing in USVs, enabling it to patrol contested waters without risking human lives. The Sea Hunter, an unmanned surface drone developed by the U.S., can autonomously operate for months, detecting enemy submarines and gathering critical data. AI technology further enhances these drones by enabling them to make real-time decisions, adjusting routes or targets based on environmental factors and enemy behavior. Hypersonic missiles are another critical advancement. Russia's Zircon missile, capable of reaching speeds up to Mach 9, poses a severe threat to traditional naval defense systems. Hypersonic missiles are not only faster than sound, but are also capable of highly maneuverable flight paths, making them extremely difficult to intercept. The ability to launch these weapons from ships and submarines dramatically changes the offensive power of a naval fleet, allowing targets over 1,000 kilometers away to be struck within minutes. Both the US and China are working on their own hypersonic weapons to compete in this evolving arena. In parallel, cyber warfare is becoming increasingly important. Modern naval vessels are highly dependent on interconnected systems for communication, navigation, and weapons control. A well-executed cyber attack could cripple an enemy fleet before physical combat even begins. Hacking into an adversary's naval networks can disable weapons, disrupt communications, or even mislead ship navigation. Both Russia and China have demonstrated significant growth in cyber warfare capabilities, developing advanced hacking techniques that can target naval assets. As these technologies evolve, the traditional metrics of naval strength, such as ship size or number of vessels, are becoming less relevant. Instead, the ability to integrate cutting-edge technologies into naval strategy will define the strongest fleets of the future. Number 5. The Mongolian Navy. A surprising contender? The Mongolian Navy is truly a unique and surprising entity, given that Mongolia is a landlocked country. Operating on Lake Kovsgol, the Mongolian Navy's small fleet of 3 boats serves a practical but symbolic role. The fleet, which consists of 2 cannons and a single engine, is staffed by 7 crew members, with 1 member known for their swimming ability. An amusing yet notable fact considering the landlocked nature of the country. Despite its humble size, the Mongolian Navy has an impressive record, remaining undefeated since its founding. This undefeated status, while it has never been tested in actual combat, remains a point of pride for Mongolia, contributing to its long-standing maritime tradition. The admiral of the fleet holds the highest naval rank, symbolizing the importance Mongolia places on this small but dedicated force. The strategic significance of the Mongolian Navy is minimal when compared to global powers, but its existence reflects Mongolia's emphasis on safeguarding Lake Kovsgol, a critical national resource. The lake, sometimes referred to as the Blue Pearl of Mongolia, is a vital source of freshwater and a key location for environmental preservation and tourism. Thus, the Navy's primary mission is not warfare, but rather the protection and monitoring of this precious body of water. While many global observers might overlook the Mongolian Navy, it stands as a reminder that naval forces can exist beyond conventional warfare. Its undefeated record speaks more to its role in local security and national pride than to any direct military confrontation. This unusual and fascinating naval force continues to intrigue and serve as a symbol of Mongolia's unique military history. Number 6. So, who really has the world's strongest navy? Assessing which navy is the strongest globally requires analyzing a variety of factors beyond fleet size, such as technological capabilities, regional influence, and strategic readiness. The U.S. Navy is unmatched in its global reach and has the largest nuclear-powered aircraft carrier fleet, which serves as floating air bases, allowing it to project power anywhere in the world. Its 11 aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, and destroyers equipped with advanced Aegis missile defense systems give it significant operational flexibility and deterrence capabilities. However, maintaining global presence places a heavy strain on its resources, and the Navy faces emerging challenges from other nations' advancements, particularly in cyber warfare and hypersonic missile technology. China's People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, is rapidly expanding in both numbers and advanced technology. With 355 ships, including 3 carriers, China now boasts the world's largest navy by vessel count. Its strategic focus is concentrated in the Asia-Pacific, particularly the South China Sea. The plan has developed anti-ship ballistic missiles, ASBMs, that threaten U.S. carrier strike groups and is investing heavily in unmanned systems and artificial intelligence, which could reshape future naval warfare. China's regional dominance, combined with technological advancements like the Type 055 destroyers and Type 094 submarines, makes it a formidable force in its home waters. Russia's navy excels in areas of nuclear deterrence and submarine warfare. Its fleet of 58 submarines, many of them nuclear-powered, plays a critical role in its nuclear triad. Russia's focus on the Arctic and its icebreaker fleet allows it to control new shipping routes as polar ice melts, while its development of hypersonic missiles, like the Zircon, gives it strategic leverage in offensive capabilities. While Russia lacks the global operational reach of the U.S. Navy, its specialization in key areas ensures it remains a significant naval power. Other regional players like South Korea and Israel focus on specialized technologies such as missile defense systems and submarine warfare, allowing them to play critical roles within their regions. Smaller fleets like Mongolia's, while symbolic, reflect national pride and unique historical roles, even if their strategic military impact is minimal. In sum, naval strength is increasingly measured by how well a navy can adapt to modern technologies like autonomous systems, cyber warfare, and hypersonic weaponry, not just by the number of ships. While the U.S. still leads in global reach, countries like China and Russia are rapidly innovating in specific domains, challenging the balance of power on a regional and strategic level.